Welcome to another episode of This Is My Opinion. I'm, as always, your host, Kyle, and let's go through straight to the episode. Today, we're going to talk about Jusant. Just Sand. Uh, why I'm talking about this game? Because this is a surprising game. Again, I don't agree much with Steam score or the Metacritics because I like to be my own, but I'm gonna give this game an 8, just right out of the bat, because the art style for this game is beautiful. The mechanics works well. The story, you know me, guys. I'm not the guy from stories. I don't like to stare and read a lot of text, but it's basically a story about this boy that's trying to get up a very big mountain, and the artwork of this game and the gameplay about like just climbing is very nice. I think is a very easy journey to climbing up the mountain. That's why I didn't get a score even harder. But like the whole mechanic of you're just like climbing and using your rope to swing it across gaps and just a well positional pin that you can like save your progress can help you a lot in this game. So this game supposedly is a puzzle game. I did not feel like a puzzle game. It was way too easy to be a puzzle game for me. The game's s- supposedly to last like 4.5 hours. I think my playthrough was around 4.5 hours. I couldn't platinum because it was basically a collectathon. You needed to go after the inscribes and go after the text, so you can basically get 100% of the story. I don't like to do that, so I just ignore it and I just climb the mountain. And just climbing and not worrying about those little things are so easy. When you're climbing, you have your hook. You have like three hooks that you can like save your progress during your climbing. I rarely use all three of them because the stamina bar for the climb was way too bigger to threat any problems. Every single time that I fell, it was I wanted to fail. It wasn't like a game trying to punish me because the game was so easy that doesn't make sense. The hardest part for this game was on the last climb, on when you're already arrived like at the peak of the mountain, because I didn't know how to start the climbing. After I noticed how to start the climbing, I spent like 20 minutes just roaming around trying to find where I can start climbing this shit. After I start climbing, it was easy as always. So if you're looking for a game that is very chill, that you can just relax, sit down and relax and enjoy the view and enjoy the way of climbing, because the way that these games work is I play with controller, right? So you're basically moving the analog sticks and the triggers to simulate you're moving your hand and grabbing the stone and moving your other hand and grabbing the stone. So you're basically like beep, 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 beep. So it's a very fun game. It was a short game that is, again, not necessarily a bad thing. I don't know why most of people complain that games nowadays are too big. Small games exist too, and that amount of gameplay I think was perfect because it was starting to feel like repetitive gameplay. Because the game is just that. You're just climbing and you're it's not a bad climb. It's not a bad climb, but you can clearly see the path ahead for your climbing all the time. And you have like so a few moments that you can just like enjoy the view on the map, enjoy all the civilization around it, and just trying to figure it out how those things work, which is good, which is interesting. But the problem is, the game is just that you climb, a very easy climb again, enjoy the view, and climb again. You have a little buddy that basically can give you some hints and can like move something in the scenarios, like for example, start some battles and some random stuff. But most of the time, the game is so easy and straightforward. Like, oh, here you basically have like to climb here, go here, make a small jump, and get to the other ledge. Easy peasy. It's not hard and very very straightforward. The music were amazing. I love the music. The music just pulled you right through the idea of climbing a giant hill. But again, the giant hill is not that giant because you feel like you're traversing the terrain really fast, what is a good sensation, but the terrain ends quicker and and ends too soon, which is not a bad thing because the game is repetitive otherwise. So by being just a 4.5 hours game, perfect amount of time, really good, really easy, beautiful gameplay, well designed. I didn't have any issues with performance. It's a very basic game, but it's still. And for the price, it's like $32. I'm just gonna $32 for a 2023 game. I think it's expensive. And now with the release of Silk Song and everything's got looks like way more expensive than it should. But taking Silk Song apart, uh, I just think that this game with $14 is a good deal because otherwise you're not paying anything and you need to show some appreciation for the creators. And I think 15 bucks is a fair price for the game. It's a short and sweet game. But what you can do with 15 bucks these days, you can go to a movie theater. But a movie theater is gonna last you like 2 3 hours a max. This game give you a little bit more. You see, I think it's fair. Not just because it's more time than a theater, because it's a good quality time. Every single time you can just like listen to a podcast and then climb a section of the mountain. Just watch it like putting in music in the background and just vibe around, just climb the mountain and just trying to break the game like using the things they give you. And it's very short and fun. So yeah, this is my review in Jusant. I'm just speaking like it's French, even though I don't know if it is. But Jusant. Thank you so much. Hope you appreciate it. Did you play Jusant? How did you speak? Just sand. Because I think it should be like something similar to a sand, which makes sense. But oh well. So see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.